Hey guys, this is Mike Rowland with Platinum Real Estate Professionals doing another book review. Today I will be covering one of my favorites, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This guy is a rock star. This was written in the 30s, still very practical, holds up today. I know that times have changed with social media, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all that. It's different to how we communicate, but these principles still hold up, and I think that if we use the practices discussed in this book a lot more, our communications would be strengthened and a lot better. And I'm just going to go over a couple things that I took from this book. Before I really even get started, how many of us have ever had a conversation that went something like this?
Zapatero, ¿qué opina usted del gobierno de Zapatero? Pues igual que yo. ¿Y qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted del gobierno canario? ¿Y de los ayuntamientos de la isla?
Well, maybe not that bad, but you get my point. This book goes over in detail about how it's important to actually listen to each other. In that example, obviously there wasn't much listening. It was a goat spitting in a dude's face. Sometimes it feels like that, metaphorically, when you're speaking with other people. It's like they're waiting for their turn to talk and vice versa. Sometimes you pick up on those cues and sometimes you don't, but either way, it's definitely not ideal for a conversation. It's important when you're communicating with somebody to actually listen to what they're saying. Don't wait for your turn to talk. Don't be argumentative or counter. Just listen. It'll go a long way and help strengthen your relationship with that person and help the conversation go smoothly. Another topic discussed is smiling. Smiling when you're talking to somebody in person or even on the phone. When you're on the phone, it changes the inflection in your voice, and it makes you seem a lot more positive when smiling. And obviously smiles are free, and they brighten up everyone in the room. So from now on, when you address somebody, make sure to use their name while smiling. It'll go a long way. Another topic discussed in this book is the utilization of everybody's favorite word, their own name. How many times when someone introduces themselves to you, do they give you their name and it just goes one ear and out the other? For me, it happens all the time. I can't tell you how many times where I've been introduced to somebody and literally my brain just shut down or I didn't even register what their name was. From now on, when I listen to somebody, that's the first thing I'm trying to grab. I'm trying to repeat it in my head over and over again so I don't forget it, and also reflect it back to them to let them know that I've grabbed their name. And also am aware that it's most likely their most favorite word in the world, as it is for most everybody. So next time you're having a conversation with someone, make sure to grab their name and to use it in conversation. It'll be guaranteed to keep their conversation, to help stimulate the conversation, and to help strengthen the communication that's going on between you two. Perspective. With the country being divided as ever, I feel, politically at least, perspective is extremely important. Instead of just arguing with people who have different opinions, I think it's important to actually understand why they have that opinion. Figure out their perspective. You may have more in common than you think. And instead of just arguing with the subject, figure out why that person feels that way. It'll help you figure out exactly what's going on in their head, maybe help you identify why it is that they feel differently than you. If anything else, it opens up conversation, maybe you'll learn something from it. So I felt perspective was a huge thing covered in this book. It goes in great detail. I suggest, again, reading the book and going over it. But whenever talking to someone, if you may not agree with them, and trust me, I'm guilty with this. The next time I speak with someone and we have a difference of opinion, before I start to argue their point, I'm going to start trying to put myself in their shoes and get their perspective first. I think it'll go a long way. This next was a no-brainer. Compliments. Who doesn't like a compliment? And would it kill you to give one? Next time you're speaking with someone, make sure to give them a compliment. Make sure that it's sincere and honest, but it'll brighten up their day and definitely will make the conversation a lot more enjoyable. One practice that I'm definitely going to take with me is the best way to win an argument is to avoid one altogether. No matter what with arguments is, it creates confrontation. There's really never a winner, because even if you end up winning, you end up getting resentment by the losing party. So it's best and effective communicating to just, if there's a difference of opinion, avoid it altogether. There's never a winner. Another good practice that isn't utilized enough is when you're talking to somebody, ask questions. Listen to what they're saying and ask additional questions. It shows that A, you're interested, and B, you'd like to know more. This is a very effective and very obvious technique, although I'll be the first to admit that I never do this. I'm very long-winded and I talk a great deal. That's why I think I like doing these videos so much. It helps get it out of my system. But yeah, just ask questions. It'll help kind of get the conversation going. And, I think it'll allow the other person to open up and they'll feel like, wow, this guy's really listening. And I think that'll definitely improve the conversation. So yeah, ask questions. Be hearty in your approbation and lavish in your praise. That saying is discussed over and over again in the book, meaning that as human beings, we're much more susceptible to good than bad. more to positive than negative. Meaning that if you want your husband to, I don't know, make you dinner more often, instead of yelling at him, asking why he never cooks, compliment him on his excellent cooking skills. Let him know how perfectly he seasons his steaks, and you'll be surprised how much more often you're coming home to a hot dinner ready. So next time, be hearty in your approbation and lavish in your praise. And that's my book review, guys. That's How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. He's a brilliant guy. I can't say enough good things about this book. Anybody who's ever read it, I think, will agree. This is a must-have for a library. If you don't have time to read, I get it. You can get an audio CD and knock it out in a couple days just driving around. But definitely, there's some stuff in here that you would want to learn from. Whether if it's business related or just on a personal standpoint, this will help strengthen stuff with your wife, with your sons, your daughters, with the perfect stranger in the grocery store line. This is all about just building relationships, strengthening them, and doing it from a genuine good place. So if you want to be a better person and just strengthen relationships and just overall just be a better person. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. If you ever see me and you want to borrow it, let me know. But get it and read it.
Take a look, it's in a book.
Mike's reading Rainbow. Mike's reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow.